Mahnomen County Sheriff Doug Creer joining us here today on Gold 1015 to give us the weekly report. Nice to have you back in studio here, Doug.
Good to be back on this chilly morning.
Yeah, cold outside and
warm in here.
Yeah, warm in here, thank God.
Yeah.
Busy week coming up, lots of things going on. Give us the report.
Okay, last week, the week of February 4th through the 10th, there were 90 calls for service and 23 reports generated. There were 12 arrests, 4 on warrants, 4 on DWIs, 1 for aiding an offender, 1 assault, 1 burglary, 1 court order violation. There were 11 traffic stops, 9 citations were issued, 3 for speed, 6 for other. There were 10 ambulance requests, 18 transports, 2 disorderly conducts, 8 alarms, 1 assault, 1 harassment, 3 runaways, 4 vehicle unlocks, 4 thefts, 2 welfare checks, 1 animal complaint, 1 death, 3 minor consumings, 2 motor vehicle accidents, and 3 miscellaneous assists. How that broke down in the area, there were 3 in Bolio Township, 1 in Chief, 1 in the city of Bijou, 24 in the city of Mahnomen, 3 in the city of Waban, 1 in Clover Township, 1 in Higher, 1 in Island Lake, 1 in Lake Grove, 2 in Little Elbow, 3 in Marsh Creek, 10 in the village of Nadawash, 8 out of jurisdiction, 17 in Pemmican Township, 7 in Popple Grove, 3 in Riverland, 1 in Rosedale, and 3 in Twin Lakes. And as far as reports for last week, on February 5th at 5:31 a.m., law enforcement responded to a 1-vehicle rollover on Highway 59 just south of Mahnomen. When officers arrived, there was 1 person inside the vehicle. There was no one inside the vehicle. Through investigations, officer located the driver, Summer Murray, 30 of Mahnomen, at her residence. After conducting field sobriety, Murray was arrested for DWI, processed, and released to a sober person. Then on the 31st of January, law enforcement was looking for Keith Big Eagle, 30 of Nadawash, for an escape from custody after cutting his ankle bracelet off. Big Eagle's girlfriend, Melissa Warren, 27 of Ponsford, has been hiding him out. On the 7th of February, Warren was arrested for aiding an escaped felon and held for court. We're still looking for Keith Big Eagle, 30 of Nadawash. Anybody who has any information as to his whereabouts is asked to call the sheriff's office. Then on the 8th of February at 6:37 p.m., Sheriff's Office received a call reporting a vehicle rollover on Highway 113, or a vehicle traveling all over the road on Highway 113 eastbound coming into Waban. A short time later, the vehicle had gone into the ditch just west of Waban. When officers arrived, they talked with the driver, Nathan Baker, 25 of St. Cloud. Officers could smell an odor of an alcoholic beverage. After conducting field sobriety, Baker was arrested for DWI and held for court. Then on the 9th at 8:03 p.m., law enforcement was checking out a vehicle parked on Highway 113 east of Waban. When the officer walked up to the vehicle, the driver, later identified as Kevin Kopang, 42 of rural Waban, ran off into the woods and was later caught. After conducting field sobriety, Kopang was arrested for DWI and held for court. Other charges are pending with the county attorney's office. Also arrested was the passenger in the vehicle, 29-year-old Joseph Meyer of rural Waban, on warrants out of Mahnomen County, and both were held for court. On the 10th at 8:01 a.m., law enforcement was checking out a vehicle in a ditch just south of the airport. When officers arrived, they found a vehicle in the southbound ditch facing north with a female still inside the driver's seat. When officers talked with the driver, Ashley Wilson, 27 of rural Waban, they noticed an odor of an alcoholic beverage. After conducting field sobriety, Wilson was arrested for DWI and held for court. On the 11th at 4:30 a.m., Sheriff's Office received a 911 call reporting that someone had broken into a residence in Mahnomen and had assaulted a 76-year-old female. When officers arrived, they followed a set of tracks to a residence located about 1 block south of that location. Through investigation, sheriff's deputy arrested a 16-year-old male. Items from the burglary were also found in the residence. Also arrested was Jeremy Smith for violating a court order. Both were held for court. And that is it for the reports for last week.
Well, Chili, you're going to get a little bit of a warm-up, but a busy week with high school sports this week.
Yeah, it is. Tonight, Monday night, boys basketball and girls basketball doubleheader. Red Lake, they'll be at home in Mahnomen against Red Lake, and then on Tuesday, is it? Tuesday, both again, boys and girls, will be at Waubun against Park Christian. And I don't think there's anything else coming up this week, so it should be pretty good. Like you said, it's going to warm up, at least for now anyway. At some point, the cold is going to go away, at least this Arctic stuff.
Yeah, and it sounds like, it'll be a little bit warmer then for a little bit, so we should be all right.
Until the tournaments start, and then we're going to get some more snow.
Yeah, I hope not.
That's how it goes. I've always said a week after the tournaments are done, that's when spring will start coming.
Yeah, well, hopefully not.
We'll see.
Doug, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again next week.
You bet.
Mahnomen County Sheriff Doug Creer this week on Gold 101.5.